Hey guys, welcome back to the fifth annual late night talk show. I am one of your hosts, Grinch. I am here with these three lovely gentlemen.
Hey, I'm cold and apparently I'm lovely. That's news to me.
When the heck did I ever become lovely? I'm confused.
Dude, your hair is lovely.
That's like the only good redeeming quality.
I love your hair, dude.
I think I loved his hair more when it was purple.
Yeah, I don't think I
Yes,
ever thought purple.
I know I miss my hair, Cole. You don't need to remind me. But I'm Zero, otherwise known as Bacon, otherwise known as Absolute Zero, or Baconator, or I go by a lot of names.
Yeah, like in Call of Duty last night, he wanted us to call him the father. The father.
Oh God. Yes, because I am from Far Cry.
Oh my gosh.
And we have Jim.
Oh, yep. And I'm Jim. I'm Panic.
And today we've got a pretty good show for you guys. We're gonna talk and ramble about pretty much everything. We got Star Wars, Halo, Sony, Fortnite, Overwatch, YouTube, Disney Plus, gaming predictions, and our usual random casual banter. So welcome. Today we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna kick things off with Halo. Colt and Bacon wanted to talk a little bit about that. So why don't you guys get us started?
All right, so they recently, I think it was like a week ago, they recently released Halo: The Master Chief Collection on PC. I played it a little bit today with one of the people we've had previously on the podcast named Penguin, and we had some fun. Apparently, even though you buy the collection, not all the games are available at the start. I'm just giving everybody a heads up before you end up buying it, or before you buy it. Halo Reach is the only thing available on the Master Chief Collection right now, and according to Penguin, he thinks that they're going to come out in order, which that would be pretty cool. And yeah,
It would be kind of cool if they did them in chronological.
the days
Like, so when you say order, you mean like the timeline order, not
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
actual-
timeline.
the
Yeah,
timeline
actual
order.
timeline.
Okay.
Because
Just
as of
clarifying.
right now, the only Halo game in the Master Chief Collection is Halo Reach.
Yep.
Granted, is my favorite of all of them, mainly because of the infection.
And if you see on the screen right now, on the right, that is George from Halo Reach.
Yep.
Georgia boy.
But all I'm gonna say is the days of sticker grenading and teabagging are back, boys.
My favorite time.
Woohoo!
You fuck Call of Duty was bad. Wait for the OG Halo people to return.
That's pretty much it. There is no Forge in Halo right now, which is sad. But
yeah,
other
no
than that,
specialized game modes.
Nope.
So no Jenga, no RPs, no nothing right now.
Nice. So I'll be the first to say that no one has any problems with any of the storyline with any of the Star Wars movies.
Yeah. Had to think about that for a second.
Oh my god.
I had to think about it.
Everybody loves it, including all the games. All the games are canon, and Star Wars is great.
I would
Wait,
not
they're
say
all
I would
canon?
I would not say all the games are great, but continue.
No, I'm just kind of being silly.
Oh, okay.
Moving into the next segment.
Okay, I thought you were being serious.
I was about to say.
Although the prequels are my favorite Star Wars movies.
I would say
Yes,
the movie
I would
the
agree.
movies, yes, but I would say the game wise, the Star Wars Battlefront games we have now are nothing compared to the ones on PlayStation 2. The ones on PlayStation 2 trump these ones so bad, it's not even funny.
There's a lot of Star
I
Wars
was
games
actually
that
I was
trump
actually
those.
joking about the prequels.
You don't like the prequels.
I am so lost now.
So you
Grinch
don't
is
like
just trying to stir up some drama.
Yeah.
you don't like Phantom Menace to Return of the Jedi. Revenge of the Jedi.
Okay. I like all of them to an extent. They're all entertaining to me. Do I think all of them are good movies? Absolutely not.
As someone who's not particularly a Star Wars fan, I just like watching movies in general. So the Phantom Menace was actually my first Star Wars movie that I had seen. So the nothing that I know about Star Wars, they were okay movies. So
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
I know a lot about Star Wars, and I'm in the minority that I actually like Phantom Menace.
Oh.
I knew that would trigger somebody right there.
I don't mind it. Like I said, I find them all entertaining. I don't think any of them are inherently bad movies, but none of them are the best movies either. If I had to say one that I like the most, and I've actually enjoyed watching The Mandalorian's story progression more than any of the movies, and it's hard to compare a series based on the movies because series are made to want you to keep watching.
True.
I could say that like I could binge watch maybe all the episodes that are out now of The Mandalorian, and I would probably get more entertainment out of that than I would watching one of the movies, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Understandable.
For me, it's kind of the same thing with the Star Wars Clone Wars. However, I'm gonna say this right now: only the first season, because it got a lot darker as it went on, and honestly, I wasn't a major fan. Some of the episodes were good, granted, but I love like the little origin of everyone and a couple specific episodes from season 1.
My favorite part of all the movies were when the younglings got slaughtered by Anakin.
Oh my.
So Grinch is just playing the role of unpopular opinion puffin today.
Yeah.
That's me.
That sounds like it. But to be fair,
I liked it when Jar Jar said things.
No one liked when Jar Jar said things.
I still wish they would have made him like the Sith Overlord. That would
That
have
would have
been
It can still happen.
hilarious.
It can
It's
still.
possible.
It can still happen. There's
Sure.
Yeah.
Jar Jar
thousands
the
of
Sith Overlord.
possible Star Wars possibilities.
Well, I read a couple weeks ago that the critics were actually walking out of the movie theaters, like mid
For
movie.
the new one? The new
Yeah,
one?
didn't even watch the whole thing.
What?
Yeah.
Which new one? The
The Rise of the Skywalkers.
Yeah,
the one that comes out next
Yep.
week?
next week.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know. In my opinion, I'm not gonna say this. I'm fine with that diversity that's in Star Wars. I'm not hating against that. I'm gonna specify this because people might think that. But I just don't like the story that the new movies are taking.
Well, see, and this is the weirdest thing, and I agree with a lot of the people that say this, and this isn't an unpopular opinion, but Rogue One to me was the best movie out of all of them as a standalone.
Out of the
film.
recent ones, or out
as
of the
a
recent ones, or
standalone?
out of
Well, it's not in the new series, but it is one of the newer movies that have come out within the last couple
right?
of years.
That's what I mean. Like, is it the? Are you claiming it's the best one out of the most recent movies, or the best Star
Overall.
Wars?
Just Star Wars
Overall?
movie in general, yeah.
All right.
And
I liked Rogue One. I did.
I found it very interesting because you weren't following around a Jedi or something, and but you saw them, and it was very much the Star Wars lore, but it wasn't based solely on the Force. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
So I found it pretty interesting because they got into a lot of just little things that you wouldn't. I don't know. It filled in some of the backstory, I guess. And I would have liked them to. I would have rather seen them build a story on that character rather than Rey. Not that I dislike her. It's just a little. They've got too much going on in the new movies. Like there's a lot of little things that are interesting, but there's nothing that really catches your eye. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Quite Limited, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, buddy.
Hey. Quite Limited has been one of my fans for a while when I used to stream on my channel, and thank you so much for coming out. It means a lot to me. We're talking about Star Wars right now. If you have any
We are gonna release the floodgates in a second.
right, people are gonna be like, unsubscribe. I love Star
Unsubscribe.
Wars.
Yeah. Someone.
Oh my god.
To be fair, you and I have already said enough opinions to make people unsubscribe.
We've been going on a Star Wars rant, Penguin. Welcome to the podcast. Always
Hey.
happy to have you.
Hey.
What kind of Star Wars rant?
Oh,
everything in general.
everything. We're just stirring up shit for anybody who's listening.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we already trash talked the new 3 movies. I said I like the Phantom Menace, and yeah.
I like watching the younglings get slaughtered.
Oh my god.
Quite limited.
The
said they
midi-chlorians
know-
make the most sense.
Quite limited, so they know absolutely nothing about Star Wars, Grinch.
Oh, well, we'll be segueing into another topic here in just a moment. So.
Okay. I will say one of my favorite moments from that same movie where the little Padawans are killed. My favorite moment is General
my
Grievous
gosh.
dying.
My favorite moment
wow.
was when Anakin didn't have the high ground.
Oh my. Oh jeez.
You were the chosen one.
My favorite part's when Yoda
General
dies.
Grievous is pretty cool. Oh my gosh.
What?
Alright, that's it, I'm out of here.
That's a little fucked up, man.
we have baby Yoda now. Fuck old Yoda.
Well, speaking
Alright,
of
that's it.
speaking of Baby Yoda,
Yeah, but
speaking of Baby Yoda, freaking Bacon and I were playing Call of Duty last night,
Oh my
and
god.
Baby Yoda was in our game, and he's like, "Oh my god, Baby Yoda!" And he's like, "Don't
"Yo,
call me
man,
baby."
how's it going?"
He's like, "I'm 50 years old."
It was just so funny.
I overall, I find Star Wars very interesting, and you know what? I take back what I said.
Uh-oh.
Which thing?
Let me
Which thing?
Which
hold on,
thing?
let me explain. Let me explain. So the most I got out of Star Wars is actually playing Star Wars: The Old Republic and their solo missions. I
Yeah.
felt more immersive doing that than watching or reading anything else.
I'll agree to that.
That was so well done. I will go even a bit further. Playing any MMO, I have never been that immersed in any game, in any story ever, to that degree. They perfected their art. That was like true art right there. And I sound like a super fanboy, and I haven't played the game in years, but I do remember it being one of my favorite single story driven part of an MMO. The close second would be Lord of the Rings Online, but they still didn't make it to the level of Star Wars: The Old Republic. I thought
Are
it
they
was
still
really well
going?
done. They are, and it is actually free to play. So if you want to check it out,
I was
and
wondering if
check
it
it,
was.
I thought
I didn't feel.
it
I
died.
felt like it was like almost like a game where you had to. It was free to play for the beginning, and then like you had to pay to play to get to certain areas.
well, so it was originally pay to play, and then became free to play up till the expansions. Is the way they do.
But now it's completely free to play.
I think I'm not sure. I'd be lying if I said one way or the other.
Okay.
But it's worth checking out if you have some time and you like Star Wars.
Oh no, I know that they put out a job application for it recently, so
Nice.
I might be trying to apply for them.
Hell yeah.
Is it beta tester? Because I'll do that.
Nah,
I
I
find bugs in every game. Colt can attest to this. I break every game I touch.
He breaks. I won't say he breaks every game he touches. He breaks everything he touches.
Yeah.
So I guess since we're talking about Star Wars, I can segue into Disney Plus here and do my rant on Disney Plus.
Oh,
Because
All right, let's hear it.
I'm
This
gonna mute my
was
mic just to listen.
this was something that happened to me, and it was actually my wife that was on the phone, and I'm glad it was her because I was getting triggered just being the third party in the room. So basically, and this is all coming from a Disney Plus representative that we're talking to over the phone. We hadn't been able to get on our account for like 3 or 4 weeks at one point, and we're getting really, really frustrated. And I would even try to get on my phone, and I couldn't get on Disney Plus on my phone. So what ended up happening, and I'm going to make a very long story short because my wife was on the phone for like 90 minutes. Basically, what happened is when Disney Plus launched, they were expecting about 1 million to 1.5 million subscribers when they got over 10 million. And what happened is their servers got overloaded, and their servers automatically blacklisted the people that they couldn't hold. The IP addresses of the additional people they couldn't hold.
Wow.
Huh.
And it gets worse. They can't automatically unblock our IP addresses, and so their fix was to give us our 30 days free after we reported this. That way, when a month has passed, we will then be able to access account. Supposedly, their workaround to this also, since we're paying for the account, is to use our mobile hotspot on our phones to then connect to our devices to be able to watch it instead of going through our ISP.
Wow.
So you couldn't even log into it to even cancel the subscription?
No.
This just sounds like
well,
every video game opening.
So what I would have recommended is just canceling the account you have already and then just open a new one, because then that one would be on the servers now.
And that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that was my rant. I was very angry.
Understandable.
In a sense,
Now I'm glad I waited.
Yeah.
I'm glad
But
I
it-
haven't bought it yet.
It's actually
that
not
being
that
said-
bad.
Yeah, I mean, and that being said, I feel like that they could have had much better customer service. The guy was super nice, and I will give him that. And I'm sure he was doing everything textbook by the way he was told to do it. And so I won't throw any shade towards him because he was awesome, and I was kind of yelling in the background, not being too nice some of the time. But it is very annoying, especially when I thought it was a problem with PlayStation, because this is the weirdest part. I wouldn't be able to log in on PlayStation, but I would through my computer, which were on the same ISP. But when at the time of the call, I wasn't able to log in on either device. So that was kind of my rant on Disney Plus. I think it's a little ridiculous.
I do also have a little story about Disney Plus. That it bothered me a bit, but I kind of got over it. But I'm still a little miffed. I've been binge watching The Simpsons since I got it, and just earlier today, it for some reason didn't it wasn't playing the episode. Like, it cut halfway through, and I'm like, what the hell? So I try to log it in, can't. Try to log it in, can't. Wait for about 5 minutes. Finally, lets me log in. Like, I was like 15 minutes without The Simpsons. I was furious.
Damn.
I was 3 weeks without The Mandalorian when I'm really into that series.
Dang.
I don't know. Simpsons, Mandalorian. It's a toss up.
I don't know. I feel like they should have expected to be a little bit better. Their argument was that Netflix and Hulu only have about 5 million subscribers when they got almost 10 million. I'm sorry. So,
Oh,
that-
sorry, we're popular.
that just made me angry. It was like humble brag, you know. I was like, shut the hell up and give me my money back.
Oh yeah, and that was their like initial apology too. Like, they didn't apologize. What they did was, oh, sorry, we had too many people that wanted to do this.
We didn't
That's why the
expect
servers are
this.
down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry. Like, even if you had a server infrastructure that wasn't ready for that, when you have an influx that big and a demand that big, you would think you would like bring in some outside help to get those servers running faster, and not telling your customers that their IPs are blacklisted and they won't be unblacklisted for over a month. Some people don't have the capability of streaming it off their phones, and so
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't
No
know.
way I could.
I just find it very irritating. That's enough dissing on Disney Plus. I think it's a good platform, and I'm interested to see what all they do in the future. I'm interested to watch some of their new series, like the Black Widow series. I'm interested to watch. I'm a big Marvel fan. I think it'll be pretty cool.
Wait, does it
Kinda
have
see some
Scarlett
of the extra-
Does it have Scarlett Johansson?
No, it's Gwyneth Paltrow playing Black Widow.
What?
You realize how expensive she is, Colt. You can only have her for so long.
Damn.
So they will have is this supposed to be the
It-
existing Widow, or is this a reimagining or like a new
No.
version of?
No, it is Scarlett Johansson. It's the same Black Widow. I was just trolling a little bit, but
Oh,
Okay.
I was gonna say,
like,
isn't Gwyneth Paltrow Pepper and Iron Man?
I thought at least one of you were gonna call me out on this.
Well, yeah, I was more upset about the fact that generally people don't play two different characters in the same universe, and that would just
that would have thrown
cause
me
some
off
BS.
so bad.
Except for Josh Brolin. Isn't that his name? Josh Brolin, the guy that played Thanos and Cable.
Is it the same guy?
Yeah.
Same guy.
Oh.
Thanos and who?
Thanos and Cable from Deadpool.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
He was also in the Goonies, like way back in the day.
Dang. Don't tell me he was Sloth.
He was the older brother.
Oh, okay.
Whatever his name is.
That would have been funny. What have you done? Oh, I was Thanos. What's the worst thing you've done? Sloth.
Truffle Shuffle. He would have been like Truffle Shuffle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, look at that. Avengers and Deadpool.
Yep.
Now,
I
now
didn't-
when
You're good.
is Deadpool or the way that they can reason this is the fact that Deadpool isn't a part of that particular
He's owned by
universe,
Fox.
though. What's
What,
that?
the Marvel universe?
Or the current cinematic universe is the existing Deadpool movies possibly linked to the existing Marvelverse?
I don't think so. I know there's some deals going between Marvel, what is it, Disney and Fox?
Right.
Because Fox owns the rights to Deadpool and Spider-Man exclusively,
I think. Yep.
I believe,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
also Venom.
I think it's parts. Doesn't Sony still own parts of Spider-Man?
That's what I meant. Sony. Sorry. Sony owns Spider-Man, Venom, Carnage, and Deadpool.
Mhm.
The Spider-Man universe and Deadpool, I think, is the
Okay.
extent of it at the moment.
Right. So
And
that's
so-
why they could get away with somebody playing two different characters in the
And
same
Yeah.
That's
Marvel.
kind of the
'Cause-
deals that they've been working out too. Is like, so I'm sure you guys are aware that there are X-Men, which are part of Marvel in the Deadpool movies,
Yeah.
and then Spider-Man is also in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So they've made deals and cut each other money based on those deals. I'm not too big into the specifics. I do know that they almost cut ties because they couldn't. I think Sony wanted a bigger chunk of the Marvel Cinematic Universe whenever Spider-Man was in the movies, and they almost cut Spider-Man out of the future Marvel movies because of that, and that was just here recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was before the last Avenger movie. And
Yeah, that was right. They had already filmed it, but it was right before it came out. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie. If you would have been serious about Gwyneth Paltrow being Black Widow, I probably wouldn't have watched it. I would have been like, no, that's Pepper from Iron Man. There's no
I would
way.
have watched it. I
Nope.
wouldn't give a crap.
Nope.
I think the only other person I would have been okay playing it with, like Charlize Theron or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look similar enough. Next topic is Fortnite with the Play Store. I don't know if you guys got a chance to check it out, and this is just kind of more or less for discussion. Basically, what's happening is Fortnite is refusing to pay the Play Store, which is on the Android devices, 30% of the revenue, when that's kind of their blanket for all apps on their platform. And I mean, as far as Android goes, I'm glad that they're standing their ground, because if they were to say no, you know what, I'll cut you a deal and I'll only make you pay 10%, then how many apps on their platform are going to come back and want the same treatment?
Yeah.
You know, so I kind of see why they're standing their ground on that.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's kind of common news. Like when you're a developer and you go to these apps, they let you know what revenue changes there or revenue shares there are. So, I mean, if you have a problem with that, you should probably bring it up at that point, not after the fact.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably thought that they could win like a discussion like that. But
I can see that too. It is,
because it is Fortnite after all.
yeah, but it's also just bad business practices, which Epic Games is kind of known for, anyways.
Yeah. Speaking of Fortnite, had someone text me today and told me that, and I looked it up, and it's true that Fortnite. They told me Fortnite is split screen on console, and apparently it is true, and that is very weird to me. I don't know how that's gonna work out.
I seriously doubt it's for anything but like a lobby, a regular casual lobby. I don't think it would be anything.
I don't think you could do anything
Um,
competitive with it.
No, I don't think you would want to, and if you did, it would be bad on you. It
Yeah.
wouldn't really affect other people as much, though.
Yeah.
I'm
'Cause, I
sure. I'm
mean,
sure some
imagine,
people would find a way to take advantage of it.
well, I mean, I think professional esports teams play in the same room, so there is some aspect that gives you an advantage. But for the individual ping for hosting like 4 different people off one system, it would really limit your system. At least I think it would.
Yeah.
So there were some. I don't know. Did you guys catch any of the YouTube changes? Excuse me for just a second.
I started browsing the link that you sent right before,
Which
but I
you
didn't
could
get very
change.
far.
Same.
I saw that they it's something regarding about what people that are getting critiques or something on their videos or something like that. Like a lot of people are getting their videos are pulled like recently.
Dang.
Let me go to my channel very quickly.
Bacon had 1,000 videos pulled.
Yeah, chances are that would be my luck.
So basically, what happened today? It's kind of like an anti-bullying clause, and I didn't want to go into big detail because I didn't have a lot of time to check into it since most of the news did come out today. But kind of what I got by this was it's an anti-bullying thing, which I think is fine. But the problem with this is they're wanting channels to do their own policing, and if somebody puts up multiple comments on their channel and they don't do anything about it, that channel can also be removed.
That's too much. Like that's literally. What about
Well,
the people that have millions of comments or thousands of comments? I mean, there's no way they
True.
can look through all of those by themselves.
Unless they just turn off the comment section, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting to see how this one goes. I just kind of wanted to weigh in a little bit and see what you guys thought. I seriously don't think that that's something they can truly enforce because I mean, there's certain how to. I mean, it's just too hard to keep up with. And like Colt was saying, there's some channels that are so huge that there's no way that they see every comment. They could hire somebody full time, and there's no way that they would even see
Nope.
every comment that went through their feed. So, um, I'm excited to see how YouTube changes in the future, and I'm really excited to see if there will be a true competitor to YouTube come up in the next couple of years. There's been a few come up in the past, like to me, I think the best contender would probably have been Twitch or Facebook at this point. The only other serious one I saw was VidMe. They just didn't have the funding. I thought that they were a very community driven platform, and a lot of people had high hopes for them, but they just couldn't quite reach their funding. I did do some like looking into like BitChute and things, but I don't think BitChute's completely it's a fan source or it's a community funded project, and there's just not enough people um, on the platform to make that sustainable for people to like actually have an income. So no one would want to use it because they don't use any type of monetized ads or anything for the platform. So in my opinion, it's kind of doomed to fail.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things too is what would a new video platform have to do to be able to monetize videos, stay afloat, and like get people income to have people be able to live off videos like YouTube does. Like
I think
YouTube has to do what it has to do to keep everybody safe.
I think that they are trying to be too much and too little the same, and I'll kind of explain myself. I think a platform would do well if they were specifically for adult audiences. And I think that that's what a lot of YouTubers are wanting,
Yeah.
is because a lot of the people that I try to reach aren't kids. Do I think every video that I make could entertain somebody other than adults without being too vulgar? Of course I do. But um, I just it's so hard to find that like a happy medium, and I understand why YouTube's doing it, but at the same time, they're hurting their own platform by trying to be too diverse. I guess is the way I'm trying to put it.
Yeah.
So we want a more adult centered video streaming website.
Yeah.
I mean, there is one,
So,
but it's not.
I was can we just start uploading our gaming videos to Pornhub?
You actually
did you guys ever see that? There was like one of the biggest channel on Pornhub for a while was I read an article about this like a year ago, was a gaming channel that did nude mods.
No way.
And they did
Yeah.
Let's Plays with new mods, and they uploaded it to Pornhub, and Pornhub didn't like it, so they basically deleted the channel. But I thought
Oh,
this was
that's
one of the
bullshit.
most hilarious things I'd ever seen in my life.
Hey,
That's BS.
hey,
To
quite
answer it,
limited.
it's yes for gaming wise on that thing, because I've looked into it before, just because I'm like most of my videos are
Oh,
18
jeez.
plus anyways, so it's a yes and no situation about that. Uploading it, that's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite limited said they know it's a bit late, but they can explain that whole Deadpool / X-Men or Marvel thingy to us.
We would be happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
I'm very confused.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like I said, as far as the platform thing goes, I think that Twitch could have a decent video upload. The problem is you can't become monetized, to my knowledge, on Twitch unless you're actually live streaming. So if you just upload regular videos, those videos won't be monetized.
Oh, damn.
And
Yeah.
Twitch also has no algorithm for those videos to be searched for. So
Mhm.
I mean,
So-
if they are going to initiate some video search thing, they would. That's a thing they would have to set up. Yeah, because they're not.
the biggest
Uh,
competitor for YouTube as far as video uploads to me is Facebook. But the problem with Facebook, there's a different problem with Facebook, is that they promote either live streams, which is fine, I don't mind that, an actual structure of like either 10-minute uploads, 30-minute uploads, or an hour uploads. Something to that effect would also be able to, it would be easier to categorize videos, because some people they like watching long videos, and then some people like watching short videos. You could put something into the search menu or when you make your account saying that I prefer watching shorter videos, and then it could recommend shorter videos for that person or longer videos based on your preferences.
Yeah, I would think
Yeah.
like this is just me personally, but if it's like funny moments videos, I don't think it should be over 15 minutes. Not me personally, but if it's like I do like watching the longer videos if they're part of a series for like a story of a game or something like that, you know?
mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, that just comes down to the video creators, though, themselves.
I'm interested to see what changes actually happen. It's really hard to say at this point. I mean, we're just gonna have to like strap on our seatbelts and just hang on for the next little bit, because I don't think
Oh,
anybody
thank
knows
God
what's
you said
going on.
seatbelts.
Oh, okay, quite limited. That makes a lot of sense because we've never seen X-Men and
Well,
the
listen.
Avengers come together. So quite limited said X-Men and
So
Marvel
far,
were
so far.
Yeah, they said they were owned by different companies, so they couldn't put them into the same cinematic universe. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Right,
but
and I think that's part of some of the negotiations too.
Yeah, it is.
but see, like it I don't know. It's really hard for them to.
Gosh, that's like the part in the Deadpool movie where Deadpool's like, "Oh, we can only afford 2 X-Men in this movie,"
Yeah,
or
that's-
something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly what they're talking about. And Colossus wasn't planned in any of the actual X-Men movies, so that's why
Mhm.
he used in that. So yeah,
Okay.
very underrated X-Men. By the way, I
Yeah.
like Colossus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, my son is crazy.
Wonder if he has the dog.
Speaking about crazy, the new Overwatch's changes are just that.
Oh my goodness, what a segue. So yeah, we had the big patch that came in with the Christmas update.
Yep, big
Um,
pepperoni. I love Soldier 76. It's not a legendary skin, but it should be.
it's probably the best skin that they're ever gonna come out with.
Which one?
Pretty. Soldier 76 got an ugly sweater skin.
Yep.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to look this up now.
It's awesome.
It's pretty amazing.
And I also think the skin they gave Doomfist, they should have done that for Torbjorn, not Doomfist.
I really do like it for Doomfist though. Like
Yeah.
he pulls it off so well.
I'm not saying I don't like it, but I'm
but
just
yeah,
saying
it could
would
have
look
worked
a
for
little
several
bit better.
characters. Does Torbjorn have a Halloween skin? I don't think so.
He's got
Or Christmas.
Santa.
Oh
He's
yeah,
got a
Christmas.
Santa
He's got the
Oh.
Santa skin.
Boy Limit is going into detail. They said, if you notice in Age of Ultron, they had to refer to Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch as advanced instead of mutants for copyright reasons. Okay.
Yeah, and Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are also like in the X-Men movies. Both characters are in both. Yeah, both characters are in both franchises technically, but they're played differently.
Okay.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are Magneto's sons or children.
Which I don't know if that is that actual canon. I think it is.
So they bring it up in several of the comics, but they also do in one of the movies too. It's one of the newer. I can't remember the name.
X-Men movie.
Yeah, it's one of the X-Men movies where Quicksilver is actually in the movie. It's actually one of my favorite part of.
It's Apocalypse.
Yeah, Apocalypse. He's in Apocalypse. No, is it
Yeah.
Apocalypse?
Yeah. Because Quicksilver shows up at the mansion when it's exploding.
Was he the
Yeah,
kid
The
that
reason
saved
why,
everybody?
he saves everybody
Okay.
from the mansion,
Here-
and the reason why it
here's-
explodes.
Here's the clip. Yeah, it was X-Men Apocalypse. But this is my favorite clip of any X-Men movie. It's hilarious.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
It's
Where'd you
awesome.
post it?
Omni Knights
Hangout.
Hangout.
Oh, there it is. No, I missed it. I have no idea where the hell I am. Oh, wrong one. That's why. Oh yeah, that clip. That's a good clip.
Yeah. But Quicksilver is one of the coolest characters in the franchise, in my opinion. But he's also.
I mean, the speedsters generally are. Like that's why the Flash is everybody's like favorite, or he's like the coolest because he's like fast-witted, and all that. It's same thing. Quicksilver.
Same thing with like Spider-Man, Deadpool.
Exactly.
Like quick-witted, funny characters. Yeah, are usually the most popular. What do you guys think of like Woody Harrelson playing Carnage?
What?
Yeah, I'm also like, what?
Did you guys?
Rich, you gotta stop doing this bullshit.
Did you watch? Did you watch the Venom movie?
Yeah.
No.
Oh well, at the end, there's kind of like a little Easter egg where you see him in jail, and he's playing. He's gonna play Carnage in that movie if there is one.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like I like Woody Harrelson. I don't know, how he would do as a Carnage because I don't know too much about Carnage, but
We'll see.
I don't.
Carnage.
I don't know.
Carnage would have to be a rated R film.
Oh no, No, yeah, it'd have to be rated R.
Which Venom was rated R, wasn't it?
Yes.
I believe it was. Yeah. So I think so here's man, we're going all over the place, but who cares? Venom. Venom wasn't a bad movie. It had a bad. Well, okay, had decent acting, bad story.
Did Tom Hardy make a good Venom? I like Tom Hardy.
I think Tom Hardy did fine. He was entertaining. He's kind of what carried the movie, in my opinion. But the bad story writing, there's just so much you can do with it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say there. I thought Woody Harrelson playing Carnage would be really interesting. I don't know why that popped in my brain, but there it is.
The only thing I've ever seen from Venom is those little previews that pop up here and there on like YouTube and stuff like that, or just anywhere really, where he's in the store and this guy's trying to rob the store, and Venom's like, bad guy, and he's like, yep, bad guy. So then Venom eats the guy, and then the old lady is like, oh my god, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I just got a parasite. I was like, oh my
god. I see. And this is a completely different part of the Marvel universe. Quite Limited said that they wish they were going to make a Secret Wars from the comics. And the comics I remember watching that I really liked was Planet Hulk. And I was really angry that they didn't do a movie specifically about Planet Hulk and they wrapped it all in Thor Ragnarok, because that is a huge story arc in itself, and it doesn't really explain that in the Marvel movies why Hulk is sent from Earth.
Wasn't he just like a gladiator in Ragnarok, pretty much?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But like in the Planet Hulk, you see Hulk kind of start to be more intelligent,
and they were like idolizing him.
Yeah. It's a pretty interesting comic, and I again really wish they would have made a movie just about that. And also, people can at me whatever they want. I don't care.
Oh,
the cartoon version of Doctor Strange was much better than the live action one.
Everybody just got quiet.
Well, I'm trying. I don't think I've seen.
I don't think I've seen the cartoon one.
The cartoon.
Granted, I wasn't so much of a fan of the movie though.
Yeah.
No.
No. Surprisingly not. I mean, I like Benedict Cumberbatch, but I mean, it's just I didn't really like the way they portrayed him as much in comics.
Yeah, the movie was okay. I believe the cartoon and the live action movie are about the same in length, but the cartoon version just explains everything so much better that you actually understand what's going on. Where in the movie, you just kind of have to fill in the blanks, and there's still a lot that's not. I don't know, like there is not a whole lot that's really segueing into the new Doctor Strange movie. And
although,
I guess.
Sorry, I was gonna say. Although I do know it's gonna be a gothic horror, which has piqued my interest a little bit more in the sequel.
Interesting.
I'm definitely interested into gothic horror myself. Shout out to all my other emo kids.
Yeah, who doesn't love gothic horrors?
There's the new X-Men movie. They're kind of rebooting the franchise.
With Dark Phoenix. Is that the one you're talking about?
No. That was the last of that series.
Well, that was the latest one to come out.
They're rebooting altogether with all New Mutants and everything.
Oh.
And the trailer looks like a horror movie.
Oh, New Mutants? It's supposed to be a horror movie.
Yeah, it's like an X-Men horror movie. It looks really, really cool. I'm really excited to see what all they do with it. Because I have no idea. And you guys can say what you want. The best X-Men movie to me also was Logan. Logan was an awesome movie.
I loved that movie.
I think you could watch. I think you could watch Logan and not be an X-Men fan and still really love the film.
Because the plot was just okay. I'm not gonna give any spoilers or anything out, but it's just there was 2 parts in the movie where I teared up. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a very sad movie if you think about it.
Quite Limited says, "Ugh, you don't understand me."
Oh,
I had a hair
sometimes
flip when I
sometimes
said
I don't
that.
even understand
There
myself.
was,
So.
because you guys can't see me, I put on my blonde wig and I hair flipped while saying that.
Of course.
Here, hold on, let me
Right.
take my headphones off here. I'll hair flip.
Didn't you
There
have
we
a
go.
blonde wig on when we were playing Pacify?
I sure did.
Oh my god.
Why I have one on, you will never know.
Oh jeez.
I think I was looking over our topics real quick, and we did completely skip over one topic, which was the Sony State of Play, which is really there's not a whole lot going on.
I don't have a PlayStation. Or I don't. Yeah, I
The
don't. So
the
I don't
only
know.
the only big game that's really, I guess, worth mentioning is the Predator Hunting Grounds. It was teased
Oh
back in
my
May.
god, yes!
I feel like the Predators are going to be overpowered, like in every Alien versus Predator kind of game.
It's
The Alien or the Predator is always overpowered.
well, it's supposed
Well,
to be a shooter.
Yeah.
I only
Yeah,
remember playing
it's
Alien
they
Isolation.
call it an asymmetrical multiplayer shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And I actually got to play it back at PAX West
Noise.
in September, and it was actually really dope. I actually enjoyed the game. It was fun.
I'm by the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be partially single player, partially multiplayer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to have some kind of storyline to it as well, which is pretty cool. And I don't know if any of you guys are Resident Evil fans. What do you guys think about Resident Evil 3 remake?
I think it looks cool, but I mean,
It looks
I've
cool,
never
but
been,
it was.
I've never been really been a Resident Evil fan. So
Damn.
I liked the first few that came out. Like I played the
Yeah.
original like first two, I think, but then I quit playing after that. I, I do not like that they're just constantly recycling content. I feel like some companies are just getting overboard with it, and I understand that they can use this recycled content to then like flow into their companies for other projects.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just kind of I have mixed feelings for it, and I'm gonna bash on Sony here again. I'm just in a special mood today, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really start living up to my name Grinch before long.
What is getting close to Christmas?
It is. It is. And I haven't stole Christmas yet. Maybe that's why I'm getting a little anxious.
Okay.
Um play so Final Fantasy VII is by far the most popular Final Fantasy game that's ever came out. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that everybody who knows anything about Final Fantasy knows this.
I think you told me about this.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if how much you guys know about the game, but from what I've read, the Final Fantasy remake is only going to take up about 20% of the original storyline.
I heard about that, and that honestly kind of disappointed me.
That doo.
And
Although
so
I kind of question what 20% are they actually.
so if I remember right, the game took roughly about 50 hours to beat on average playthrough, like 70 to 90 hours for like a completionist playthrough. So if you cut that 50 hours into just what would 20% be, if it would be what 20 hours of gameplay of for this, to me 20 hours for a $60 game isn't a very good investment. And where I tried to, and I've said this before, where I try to get my investment is I try to get at least like $1 or $2 an hour based on the game I'm playing. Overwatch I've got like that a million times over, but
Yeah, same with Dead by Daylight.
both accounts. But yeah, I'm interested. That's why I was talking about like recycled content. If you were gonna make a remake, I would have just made it just like the original and threw some better graphics on it. But this I think that they should rename, because it's not really Final Fantasy VII unless they are going to do episodes like episode 1, 2, and 3, and then possibly cover the entire story. I don't know. There's a lot of speculation still, but it is supposed to come out, I believe, sometime next year. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of my rant on Sony at the moment.
I just thought of
Just
a
curious.
cool idea for a game. So I just have a cool idea for a game. I was thinking about, like, when we were talking about Predator and Alien and stuff, I was thinking about the game Alien Isolation, which was terribly scary. I'm gonna say that. But and then when
Yeah.
Bacon said Dead by Daylight, what if they made a game like Alien Isolation where one person was the alien, but the rest of the people were trying to escape, and they were just people trying to escape. You know what I mean? Like survivors or whatever. I think that'd be
Do you
would
pretty
be
mean
pretty
like
cool.
the?
And the alien could like crawl through the vents and like pop up out of nowhere and stuff like that.
Or kind of
What
just lurk in
is
one
that?
vent, waiting for somebody to walk underneath it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? There is a horror game where if they wanted to, they could buy the rights for Alien for the game.
Now we
I
said
don't know
it.
what
We
the
said
game
it
is called.
first here that there should be a game like that. We said it first.
Well, the thing is, Dead by Daylight could. I mean, they've gotten enough
It
big
would.
named people.
I
They
feel-
could possibly get Alien.
I feel like Alien though
Easily.
to make it cool. I feel like on Alien it would have to be like in an enclosed building. I feel like that would be or like an enclosed area, like inside of
I
a
mean, they
building
did
or
it-
something.
Some of the Dead by Daylight levels are enclosed buildings.
Yeah, look at
Oh,
the
yeah.
Demigorgons level.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the
or the hospital or mental asylum, whatever.
yeah
it is.
the doctor's
Yeah.
level. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of the games that are built around streamers where people can interact with the game and change things by watching the stream. I think that things like that are. I think you'll see more and more of that as time goes
What games
on.
do that?
There's the Killing Floor is a game that does that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you can.
I've never tested it.
And there's a couple other games where like you can decide what weapon they get for that level, or what monster they fight for the certain levels, and you're kind of more or less the viewers are like the dungeon master, as the person is the protagonist going through the story.
I was gonna
kind of
say,
a
as long
neato.
as it doesn't end up like a thing where you have to comment, like how what happened to Markiplier.
Oh God, no! Well,
No.
no, Twitch,
I'm
Twitch.
like-
not
Oh,
YouTube.
okay, Twitch. Okay.
Well, and one thing I'm talking about is like a lot of these games are developing not only their core software but like an app on your phone where you can like interact
Oh.
with them or log into a website and interact that way. So I mean, it's really cool. I think that those are some of the coolest ways. There was a game I played last year called Breach, and I think it had a lot of potential. And the game kind of worked that way. You had you essentially had a dungeon master that was the bad guy that summoned demons and did different things, and then you would have 4 players who would then have their own classes, and they would try to combine and defeat the demon. But I think games like that are really interesting, and I'd like to see more of them in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An interesting concept.
Oh yeah. I think that games have definitely gotten better over the years, but there are less and less passion projects than there were. Or maybe you see less passion projects because mostly what you hear are the AAA titles. But like you look at things like Stardew Valley, for instance, that was a passion project and highly acclaimed and rightfully so. It's a great game.
I like Stardew Valley.
And that game was never the developer never expected their game to get as big as they did, and the whole like multiplayer thing just to be able to so his fans got what they want. I thought that was a really cool addition.
They had a big update not too long ago.
Yeah. Quite Limited said Dungeon Keeper was the best game. Prove me wrong. I have never played that game.
Which one?
Dungeon Keeper.
Neither have I.
I heard the name. I've never played it.
Never heard of it.
Looks pretty cool. There are some games like Quiplash and things like that that are also streamable games.
Oh yeah, all the Jackbox games.
Yeah, all those Jackbox games are pretty well done. I like community-driven things myself, though. I mean, it's just really cool. I think any type of game, especially as a content creator, that you can introduce your community to, it's just fun for everybody.
Yeah.
And one day when I don't know about you guys, but one day maybe instead of a podcast, one week we might one day a month maybe we just play some Jackbox games for fun, interact with
That sounds like fun.
some of our viewers.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
And if any of you guys in the chat would like to join us for that, let us know. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yep.
But yeah, those are absolutely every topic that I wanted to go over. If you guys have any, let's hear it.
I was just curious if there's any games anyone knows about coming out next year that they're interested.
The Predator one I think is interesting. I'm interested to see what it's about at least. And also Final Fantasy VII. As much as I trashed on it, I'll probably end up still buying it because I'm such a big fan of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I have games that I hope come out next year.
Like what?
Overwatch 2 and Breath of the Wild 2.
Was it Dragon Ball Z Kakarot's coming out? Oh,
yes, that's coming out in end of February.
I love Dragon Ball Z.
Speaking of
Dragon Ball
Tim
Super.
Tim is one that a lot of us like to play, or me, you, and
Yes.
Bacon, me, Colton Bacon at least. Tim Tim comes out next year.
Yeah, from what I read, April or May is when they said it's possibly going to be coming out.
And Ori and the Will of the Wisps is coming out, which is one of the biggest. It was the original was one of the biggest indie games ever, and it's a really big one.
Ori and the
New Animal Crossing game is coming out. Vampire the Masquerade. That's a huge.
The sequel
has a huge fan base. Watch Dogs Legion. Gods and Monsters. I mean, there's quite a few coming out that look pretty good. Rainbow Six, Quarantine. Trials of Mana, which I guess is I would assume one of the Mana series games. Last of Us Part 2, huge game.
Yeah,
delayed to May 29th, 2020. I
think a lot of people have been waiting for that.
Cyberpunk 2077, huge, been anticipated for years now.
Keanu Reeves is in it. I think Keanu Reeves is in it.
Dying Light 2, another big zombie game. Minecraft Dungeons. It's kind of like, from what I understand, it's like a Minecraft MMO game. Where you go through like procedurally generated portals and try to get through as the team, that sort of thing. Phantasy Star Online 2. Phantasy Star Online 1 was big. Phantasy Star Ocean, there's a pretty big series. Outriders, never heard of it, looks kind of cool. Black Ops 5, Call of Duty, Q4 2020, so probably around next Christmas.
That's usually when they always come out, about October, November, something like that.
Yeah, Halo Infinite about the same time. Destroy All Humans, the remake. That's an awesome game.
Oh, they're remaking that?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll play that.
Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Okay, I was gonna say that was an Xbox exclusive originally, right?
Yeah, Psychonauts 2 is coming out. Another game from around the same era.
Yes, I really hope that actually, or is there like a date on that at all, or I'm psyched for that.
Psychonauts 2, it just says 2020.
I mean, at least it's not next year, so yeah.
And Destroy All Humans remake, also 2020.
Nice.
Lego Star Wars
happy.
Skywalker Saga is probably gonna tank because the movie is probably gonna tank. More shade thrown. Come at me. I don't care. Persona 5 Royal. Persona's a huge title. Dragon Age 4. I like the Dragon Age games. I haven't played the last 2, I don't think, but or the last, what was it? Whatever the last one was, I didn't play it. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Super Meat Boy Forever is coming out. Was originally supposed to come out this year, but got pushed back. It's kind of like Super Meat Boy Forever is kind of like the equivalent to Mario Dash, but in the Super Meat Boy universe. You still have to like dodge things.
Gotcha.
Hello?
Hello.
Hold on.
So my internet crashed.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Well, welcome back, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad because I was talking that whole time and I didn't realize it.
Oh my god.
Just curious, what was the last thing you heard from me?
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Did you hear me say Halo at all?
No.
No.
Crap.
No,
Okay,
no.
it must have
I
died
think it's
really
another
early.
topic we skipped, didn't we?
No, well, I was just talking about games that were coming up because I had a list of a couple
Oh,
that I'm
so to
excited
Grinch, you
for.
said Halo Infinite.
Yep, that was the one I was talking about. Another one I was gonna say was one of the most rage-inducing games is getting a DLC.
What?
Ooh.
Cuphead.
Wow.
Yeah, I did read that.
Yeah,
Shovel
it's
Knight.
getting Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight just had one come out on the 10th, so that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say though, Pegwood?
Nothing.
Oh.
I thought. Yeah, never mind.
Okay.
So Stranger Things is coming out with a game next year. Basically, it says similar to that of Pokemon Go. The Stranger Things mobile game will allow players to explore the Upside Down while in the real. This means they're able to travel to work, school, or just strolling through town. Blah 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 blah. Mobile game will have an old school style to it, much like the Netflix show. It is important to mention that this mobile game has nothing to do with the upcoming game Stranger Things 3, the game, which is releasing with season 3 of the show, July 2019.
I think it's really bad when they try to make a game about a movie or a TV show. I'm just saying that right now. Throw shade at me if you want, but I think it's really bad. Or don't throw shade at me. I don't want shade, but I'm just saying it's really bad.
Shade thrown, it's okay.
Oh,
It's pretty bad.
May the shade be with you.
Oh no.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is getting remastered for the PlayStation 4.
Ooh, that was a popular one.
Yeah,
That was nice.
that was the one for the GameCube originally, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it also on the handheld? I have a feeling it was on handheld too.
I
think
don't
handhelds
remember.
for additional players.
Oh, maybe. I just have a
Ooh.
feeling that handheld was involved.
So this is, I've always been a huge fan of Final Fantasy Tactics. Okay. I've always been a big fan of the. There is a new Final Fantasy Tactics called The Dark Crystal Age of Resistant Tactics coming for the PlayStation 4, Xbox, Switch, PC, and Mac February 4th.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
So the Dark
Yeah.
Crystal game is coming out on the 4th.
Yeah, February 4th.
Well, then I know what to get for my birthday.
Is it gonna be in 3D or is it gonna be like in like 2D pixels? That'd be cool.
Let's look.
I'm not sure.
So it's 3D.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm still interested.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
One game I know.
Here's what the cover art. Here, I'll show you guys what the cover art looks like. real
Okay.
quick. We should make a Discord specifically for the podcast so people can see pictures we're posting.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be cool. But that's what the art looks like for the game.
That's
Ooh.
dope.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
One game I know for sure, which is getting a remake, and I'm excited for because I played the heck out of this game growing up, was Destroy All Humans.
Yeah.
We talked
dabbled.
we talked about that while you're
while you were gone.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. We dabbled
But yeah,
in it.
I'm also really excited for that because I played both of them. There was only 2, right? Yeah.
No, there was 3.
Was it 3? Okay, I played the first 2.
Yeah, there was 3 of them. Although the third one was only on the Wii, I think.
On the what?
The Wii.
Really? Wasn't
believe
Destroy All
so.
Humans an Xbox exclusive franchise or whatever?
Not
Or at least
fully.
at least the first 2 were.
It was I think so. Well, actually, no, it was on the GameCube.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
I honestly don't recall.
I have 3 other games, and I'm scared to say them because I'm pretty sure you guys probably covered them.
What
I know
are
one of
they?
them you
Go
definitely have.
ahead.
One of them's Hollow Knight.
Another Hollow Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sequel game is officially coming out in February.
Ooh. Okay.
Another one, if you're an anime fan, you'll like this one. So probably Colt would. One Punch Man is getting his own video game in March.
So don't get mad at me, but I still haven't watched One Punch.
That sounds like it'd be pretty boring. Because
Okay, Colt, you're dead to me.
would there just be one button and then?
All I've been watching is My Hero Academia and Dragon Ball Super.
From what I heard, it's in the kind of style of like how the DBZ games have been running.
Really?
That's what I've
like
heard.
the Xenoverse games, or
So it's not canon. He doesn't one punch them and they die.
Yeah. Well, I'm
I
pretty
say
sure
it'd be
you
pretty
get special
boring if it
moves.
was.
Yeah, but
I
they
think
have
it would be
special.
I think it would be a funny thing to do if they made you like dodge like 30 abilities before you did your punch. Though that would be pretty funny. Game.
That would be funny.
Or the one punch requires like 30 button inputs,
Mhm.
and it can only be done on a Tuesday at night.
It's like a cheat code from GTA San Andreas. You gotta type
Right,
in the
but
cheat
it's
code.
how you play the game.
Yeah.
It's not a.
The only other game that I've seen, and it's been, I've been looking at it, and I don't know much about it, but I'm excited to hear more about it. Is called Babylon's Fall.
Interesting.
So apparently it will be only on PlayStation, which sucks.
I love it. All right, go on.
But the game is made by Platinum Games, so Bayonetta, Nier Automata, and Square Enix combined.
Yep.
To work on it, and the art style looks really cool. It's supposed to be a hack and slash style game, but it's also gonna be like kind of like in the style of Bayonetta and all those. That's a good, excellent representation. But it looks like they've just released a gameplay trailer, first gameplay trailer, 2 days ago.
That could be pretty cool. There's a game coming out next year that I'm sure Jim you'll like this too. I mean I don't play on Xbox or nor do I have one, but they're coming out. Xbox is coming out with their own kind of version of Overwatch. It's called Bleeding Edge. Ninja Theory confirmed it's working on a new 4v4 multiplayer game called Bleeding Edge. The game is built as a melee combat game with 12 characters in the launch lineup. Bleeding Edge features 3 classes to choose from: assassin, support, or tank. It looks pretty cool. The graphics look more like, I guess, kiddified is the only way I know how to put it. But there is a certain aspect of realism. It actually looks pretty dope. Here's a few shots.
I'm watching the trailer right now for it. It kind of reminds me of it looks slightly sophisticated, but I definitely see the cartoonish look.
It reminds me of Splatoon for some reason, just the graphics a little bit.
The colors.
Yeah.
It's the color scheme. I almost said that. Like the models themselves don't look like Splatoon. It's the
colors, yeah.
Like gameplay, at first I was gonna say it's like Injustice except mixed with Borderlands in a sense.
right.
But it looks pretty dope.
It does look pretty cool. And it looks like most of the characters in this game are going to be more melee and less range.
Yeah.
So
just letting you know,
interesting.
If I was that character right there in the picture and I had a big guy like that running at me, I would be pooping my pants. Holy crap. That person's huge.
I wouldn't. All you gotta do is step on his toes. I mean, those legs can.
Yeah.
Although the bright side is, this game will be on PC, which is nice.
Which one?
Bleeding Edge.
Oh.
It says Windows 10.
Nice.
So we'll still be able to play it.
Sweet. Suck it, PlayStation fanboys.
Yep. Hey, you get they get Predator and they get Babylon Falls. We can take this away from them.
I still have a PlayStation. I just prefer PC.
I do too.
Yeah. And now that we can play Halo on PC,
I don't have a use for my Xbox anymore.
The new Halo will be available on PS4 as well, or PS5, won't it?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, I ran out of topics this week really early, guys. I feel like most of the gaming articles were still covering stuff for like deals and Black Friday, trying to make that Christmas money.
Yeah. I have one more game. I'm not looking forward to the game, but I know some people in here like this series.
What?
Digimon.
No, not me.
Digimon.
Does anyone here actually like Digimon or no?
I like Digimon.
Okay, so apparently there is a game coming out next year for Digimon.
Okay.
And
So
it's
like
gonna
the
be
digital sleuth stuff.
It's called Digimon Survive,
Ooh.
and it's a survival game.
Do they survive though?
A Digimon survival horror. Asymmetrical.
Oh my
It's
god.
it's a tactical role-playing one and a survival game. So
Dang. I tell you what game I want to see come out. I want to, and Penguin might agree with me, and Grinch might. I want to see a game come out about Zoids. I know it's old, but
Hell
I want to see a game come out about Zoids.
I don't want a game to come out with Zoid. Like
I wanna.
weird control flipping thing just that slides back and forth with the button. I want like their cockpit set up before a game comes out for it.
That would be awesome.
Now VR would be sick. Like a Zoids VR game, that would be
Yeah.
pretty badass. And I don't feel like it would be. I feel like it would be a lot easier to develop something that looked better in VR as well.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
by the way, I don't know how many games you guys talked about while my internet crapped out on me. But did you
All of
talk
them.
about Little Nightmares?
No.
No. Is there a Little Nightmares game
Sequel.
or?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, people are calling
Oh, wow.
2020 the rise of indie.
Yeah.
Isn't there a
with
new
Hol-
Psychonauts coming out too?
Yep,
Yes,
Psychonauts.
Psychonauts 2.
Yes. We brought that up, but we didn't talk too much on it.
I love the original, so I'm
Like
excited.
I barely remember the original. I played it so long ago, being an awesome game, and I love the humor in the game. But other than that, I just remember a whole lot about it. I just don't remember anything but loving it. That's about it.
Yeah.
I just loved every game made by Double Fine because
Mhm.
they just made a lot of good shit.
Like
Mhm.
like BioWare and Bethesda before they became shit.
Oh my gosh.
I just like throwing shade when I can, you know.
Mhm.
Dang.
I mean, you're not just throwing shade. You're like you like specifically filled like a rocket launcher full of shade, and you're just taking
Yeah.
aim. You're not like randomly like here take this. Here take this. No, you are mercilessly whipping this shade at people.
He just happened to spray
Yeah.
paint Fallout 76 on the freaking rocket too.
Mhm.
There was so much potential there. There was so much potential for Fallout 76 to be a good game, but they they ruined
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought we were talking about Soldier 76. I was like,
it. No, Fallout 76. Oh,
I
Bacon.
was like, I don't.
Good.
Seth,
That's what I was gonna
Kenny's,
say.
if I'm saying your name right, what was the worst game you have ever played? Well, see, I
Ooh.
specify in playing some really bad indie games, and I could name a couple. Worst game I ever played
Cat Mario.
from a triple A developer, I would say is Fallout 76
Yeah.
Mhm.
by far, probably the worst at launch, at least. No, I take that back. Yeah, that one was bad, but not the worst. The worst was Atlas, the survival game.
Okay, I can say that too because I played that with you. Literally,
We played it
Atlas
together.
Atlas was so bad that literally half the time, and I'm gonna go on a rant here because it was what was it, like a $30 game? But you got it
Yeah,
for
but I got
free.
it for free.
You got it for free.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
I
on a
got it
rant.
for free, and I still say that.
I'm gonna go on a rant here. For half the time, Grinch was spawning in the ocean and dying. And then for the other half the time, we were literally trying to use a freaking a map and a compass to find each other because we couldn't spawn next to each other. And every
We
time
spent like 6 hours
Yeah.
trying to find each other. By the time we finally found each other, we got to play about 30 minutes before I had to go.
or we died, and then we
Oh, wow.
spawned on a different island.
Yeah,
It was just bad.
yeah. I've heard it's pretty decent now, but I'm afraid to go back to it. And what's funny about it is we played with Penguin. We played Conan Exiles back when it was a crap game. Once they fixed all the bullshit that wasn't good in the game, we quit playing.
Yeah.
but it was one of those games that was like it was bad. It wasn't done well, but it was still it's what gave it the charm, if that makes sense. It was playable. It was just kind of crap.
It was the
Mhm.
fact that you could find your friends easily and you could have funny moments, which is what I think carried it in the beginning.
Yeah, but I'll let you guys go ahead and talk about your favorite games.
Oh, mine was definitely Atlas. What's yours, Bacon?
I have two. One of them is a AAA, or was more well known. The other one's not as well known.
All right.
But the one more well known was Alien Colonial Marines.
I never played that.
Now,
sounds bad.
the multiplayer was okay. In my opinion, it was okay. But the story was so horrible, and the ending pissed me off so much. And just a basic game in general. If anyone has ever seen my YouTube channel, it's the one. I've gotten games for free before from developers. This developer still sends me hate mail because of what I said about his game. And the game is Woodle Tree 2 World.
Oh, I think I remember you playing that. I think.
Yeah, so it's an open world game. The controls are complete garbage.
Wow.
The fighting mechanic is awful. It was just overall a terrible game.
There was a developer I played a game with once that was like coming at me in the comment section of my video. And like I didn't even like provoke this or anything, but people started attacking them in my comment section, telling them that I did they were telling me that I edited my video to make their game look bad. And then people were attacking them in the comments, and I was being nice in my video. And I was trying to make the game look okay when it wasn't. And people were going after them for basically saying that your game's bullshit, which I thought was really cool actually, because I didn't have to like defend myself.
Oh my
They
God.
they later deleted their comment, which was pretty funny.
They better have.
Dang.
The game, it was free on itch.io on Black Friday, and I actually linked it in the Discord to try it out for themselves. So, yeah, it's that game if you can find it.
Oh, okay. What's Panic's?
I don't play a lot of bad games. Like I don't.
What's the worst
know.
good game you've played?
I don't know. I like most games. Like if
Okay.
I play a game, I'll find.
Point out the most annoying mechanic in a game you've played.
Oh God. Probably the matchmaking in Overwatch. I think Overwatch is the worst game that I've played.
Yeah, I can't disagree. Overwatch is my favorite and least favorite game at the same time.
I'm torn.
Currently, that is like legit. Like, well, Overwatch is, yeah, like one of my top favorite games, but I hate it so fucking much.
It's like a love-hate, passionate, like want to break up with this girl, but you're on again, off again.
Like it's like I yell a lot when playing Overwatch, and people are like, "Well, if you don't like it, why are you playing it?" It's like it's not that I don't like it; it's just it pisses me off. Like I love it so much that when it does shit like this, you know.
For me, it's like listen to me and we'll win. Don't listen to me and we'll lose.
I mean, it's not even that. It's just stop doing dumb shit, and maybe we'll have a good time.
Yeah.
So in other words, never invite me.
I mean, you can do dumb shit as long as you know what the fuck you're doing. A lot of people don't know what they're doing.
If you can
Like,
put
a lot of
yourself in
people.
if you can put yourself in a bad position and get yourself out of that, that's fine. If you go into a
Exactly.
bad position
That's-
and panic, then you should
Exactly.
That's all there's to be said.
I have my best metaphor for playing Overwatch is I was talking with someone. There's one person that hated playing Overwatch with me, but they just kept coming back to play Overwatch with me because I was one of the few people that they would play that they knew that played, and somebody else came to talk to them and like, all right, Jim is like this because like playing Overwatch, you can't 100% be a team all the time. Like you have to trust everybody's judgment on what they're doing. Like, yeah, if you have a full team of people, you know, you better be coordinated or whatever. But if you're playing with a group of randoms, it's like driving. If you're playing, you know, 2 teams of randoms, you just got to trust everybody knows what they're doing. And you got to just do what you're doing. Same thing with driving. You just got to trust all the other drivers know the rules of the road.
And they're not idiots. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Like if everybody played Overwatch like they were driving, you know, it would be a much nicer game. But if everybody drove like they played Overwatch, we'd all be dead.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, to be fair, if you drive around Washington State, that's pretty much how they drive normally. There's a reason we're labeled as the worst place for traffic.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
The amount of accidents I see is pretty sad.
I would say that
Interesting.
if I had to pick a worse mechanic for a game, there was a game on PlayStation 2. I think it was called Rise to Honor. I don't want to say for sure, but it was like this fighting game where instead of like hitting like the buttons on the controller, you had to use the analog stick to hit people. And that thing, you would get blisters on your thumb, and it was just a bad mechanic in general.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was bad. What was the worst game you ever played, Penguin?
The worst game?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Damn.
I'd have to sit down and think about that.
There was a lot of them, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No fair. I didn't get time to think.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, Fortnite. There we go.
Oh my god.
Woohoo!
I'm just not gonna say anything.
Honestly, I haven't played Fortnite since Call of Duty came out.
I've played a little bit, and from what I heard from the new update, it's actually gotten better.
Really? They actually had an update?
Yeah, Christmas.
Yeah,
update.
there was a big black hole for a while, and then they updated it.
No, Colt remembers the
Yeah, I played.
black hole.
I played
No, I'm talking about
Fortnite.
after that.
I played Fortnite 2 or Chapter 2 or whatever it was called. But
Yeah,
when Call of Duty came out, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I haven't touched Fortnite since.
Yeah, that was about 4 weeks into Chapter 2.
Yeah.
But they've actually added some stuff in that's interesting. Also, they've done another collaboration with Star Wars.
Stormtrooper, or they did another one.
Another one, because now you
Okay.
can get Rey, Finn, and a Sith Trooper in Fortnite now.
Ooh.
And you can have a TIE Fighter glider, and you can have a... Can't have a lightsaber as a pickaxe yet, though.
That's dumb.
But all the other weapons are.
I had to mute myself. My son's being absolutely crazy.
Oh, good.
Oh.
I would say Fortnite is probably played as well.
Oh, what? You cut out.
Said Fortnite's probably one of my least favorite games as well.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare was probably by far the worst shooting game I've played.
It was bad. I can agree with you on that.
I mean, just look at the amount of dislikes on the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the most disliked thing. And then 2018 YouTube Rewind came.
Oh my gosh.
Although
How many dislikes does the new one have?
I wanted to double check
7
this.
million, I thought.
Is that what you were gonna say? You're
Yeah.
curious about making?
Yeah, no, 7.3 million dislikes.
Damn.
How much did the first one get?
Like
Or
18
the-
million.
17 mil.
Yeah.
17. Okay.
And is it just me? Like everything about the new Rewind seems really low effort.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Even
I
the
mean,
thumbnail
yeah, it
looks,
is.
like looking back, even the thumbnail looks like crap. Like
Oh,
me
yeah.
and my wife, when we were looking for it, we're like, where is it?
I took a while to figure it out because there's so many like, oh, 2019 rewind but better, and I had to find the one that didn't say but better.
Oh my
YouTube
gosh.
Rewind 2019 for the record. Hashtag YouTube Rewind. That does not look like it would be something.
No.
And
No.
so it has 29% dislikes, 71%. I mean, sorry, 29% likes, 71% dislikes.
Oh well.
Dang.
Yep, it's a little rough.
They just need to figure out something that's actually good and start listening to people more than just saying, "Oh, let's just dumb it down."
Yeah, I strongly dislike it. I mean,
Mhm.
if you guys want to check it out, feel free to go check out our other podcast on it. It's one of the first topics we brought up in it. It was we all found things we mutually disliked about it. We thought that it was
I thought it was a Watch Mojo video.
a safe route to go. Yeah. Did you guys see the video that Watch Mojo
Yeah.
did it better?
Yes, theirs was 10 times better. Oh my god, it was so much better.
They definitely
It's pretty
copied the layout of how Watch Mojo
Yeah.
does their videos.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say the Legacy one, the Legacy Edition one, and the Watch Mojo one. Those two are the definite YouTube rewinds this year, not the actual
yeah.
YouTubes.
I was waiting for did PewDiePie do one? I was waiting for his.
No, he
Uh,
reacted to it though.
He did.
Oh, did he? Oh, I gotta watch that.
He did one.
Yeah,
Seth
no.
Everman. Watch Seth Everman's version of it. It's pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. Yesterday PewDiePie put up a video saying, the video was titled "YouTube Rewind 2019 failed and it's my fault."
Oh my gosh. He did.
And it's his fault.
That's what he says.
He
Because
did
he's
a
in it.
remake in 2018,
Yeah, probably.
and it was really good. I liked it.
Yeah, it was really good, his version.
I thought about doing one, but like just adding myself, just basically bouncing all around the screen.
Oh my gosh. Do you like because there was wasn't there like dancing, makeup? Just do like yourself doing each thing. Each thing.
2019 Rewind Grinch Edition.
Just do.
Yep.
Just do
Top,
the
top 10 makeup videos, and it's just you putting on
Lipstick or some
Like-
shit.
Yeah.
mashed potato face mask.
Oh, mashed potato face mask.
Then yeah, top 10 dancing videos, and you're just like Cabbage Patch, the monkey,
Oh my gosh.
the soldier boy.
Just to be cancerous, just choose a Fortnite dance.
He would do the
Yep.
floss. Do the floss.
Yeah, the floss.
The reverse floss.
Oh my gosh.
Or the windmill floss.
Or the one arm floss.
Or the one arm floss.
Yeah. We're giving Grinch ideas.
Yes, we are.
I'm okay with this.
Yes. Getting ideas.
Oh my god.
That's what I do. I give people bad ideas.
I never have a shortage of ideas, but I feel like people give me ideas and I can make them better.
Uh-oh.
Not that you guys have bad ideas. That sounded bad. That sounded mean, I should say. But no.
I got asshole friends, and I'm better. I heard what you said.
I'm the biggest.
Word for
asshole of
word,
them all.
verbatim.
But no, I really want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. This has been probably our best podcast yet, in my opinion. We had a lot of interaction from you guys, which is a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully we can get a few more in here next time and try to do better about advertising this thing so we can get more people in here. And might attempt to use Restream. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the platform, but I'll kind of I'll send you all a link to it next time. But Restream basically will put it on multiple platforms and then combine all the chats into one chat where you can see it. It's pretty cool. Anyways, thank you guys all for coming out. I can't wait to see where this podcast goes. And if you guys have any topics, feel free to leave them in the comments or reach out to us on Discord. You can follow us at 99K Gaming. and we have our Discord pinned on the tweet. So yeah, thank you everybody for coming out. Till next time, we'll see you. Still no outro.
Peace.
Peace.
Or